Hello trainers, and welcome to another episode of You Versus. It's not Saccharin Versus, I'm not the one battling here. Today we have another GBA Round 1 match between Chopper and Boy, the owners of the Cincinnati Raikous and the Baltimore Honchkrows. So without further ado, let's take a look at their teams. We see a Crobat, a Rotom Heat, a Raikou, very nice, a Skarmory, Frostlass, and a Hariyama, and on Boy, who's girl, ruining my question as a professor, are you a boy or a girl? We have the Ambipom, Audino, we have Hawlucha, Umbreon, Arbok, and Butterfree. So let's get this party started. I'm actually really excited to see this match. So let's see, we got Boy, who's a girl, issuing a challenge against, and he sends out Two-Timer, the Ambipom as his lead, or her lead, I don't know, we'll see. And we have Crobat coming off on the other side. Crobat immediately decides to switch out, probably not wanting to take a fake out and probably to preserve any sort of potential focus sash that it's got on. I have no idea. Just to take a hit, as the Ambipom does go for the knockoff onto the Paper Wings, which is the Skarmory, destroying the Rocky Helmet, or knocking off the Rocky Helmet. As Ambipom also goes for the U-turn to try and get that momentum switch while dealing a little bit of damage onto the Skarmory. Hardly any because it is physically defensive. Skarmory is a very good Pokemon. Audino comes out right here, and I'm assuming this is its Mega. I've actually never seen Mega Audino before. The Stealth Rock does come off from the Skarmory to get that hazard support. Nicely done. The Skarmory does decide to switch out right here, and he goes into Pizza, the Rotom Heat. So it's very nice, little pizza toaster oven. As the Audino goes to the Mega Evolution, we have Mega Audino. That is right, guys. We have Mega Audino right here, right now. As it does decide to go for the Trick Room. So very nice single-player matchup for the Audino, setting itself up to be faster as it goes for the Calm Mind to take any sort of especially defensive damage that this Rotom might want to do, as the probably Will-O-Wisp is coming out. No, the Volt Switch to try and get out on this momentum and hold up its own against this fairy here, this normal fairy type. As Crobat does decide to come in again, he's probably going to try to go for the Poison Fang, but he is slow as all molasses as this Calm Mind just keeps setting up against this Crobat. He is now at plus something or other. I still haven't checked up on that. The Cross Poison does come off from the Audino, dealing a bit of damage, hardly anything. It was more like a tickle, really. And the Audino is going for the Draining Kiss, which is, I believe, a physical type move. No, it is a special move, because that's why I didn't use it on one certain Pokemon I have. As he does decide to go for the Taunt with the Crobat to try and prevent it from setting up any more Calm Minds, which is very good on this Audino's part. The Audino does decide to withdraw after setting up 2 Calm Minds, and seeing that it's not doing anything to this Crobat, as the Arbok does come in and take this Cross Poison probably very nicely. Oh, very well done, nicely done. Now, do we have a Thunder Fang or an Ice Fang coming from this Arbok? We'll see. We have the leftovers or Black Sludge recovery from both Pokemon, and the Twisted Dimensions have returned to normal, as the Crobat is going to be going for a U-turn to get out of there, because it doesn't want to take any potential Rock-type move, Ice-type move, Fire-type move, Electric-type move, anything that this Arbok may want to do to it. So he goes into Paper Wings instead to take any sort of physical hit that this thing will do, as Arbok does decide to set up and go for the Coil to raise up its attack and defense stats. And the accuracy as well. I always forget about accuracy being able to be risen. And the Black Sludge does decide to come in as another HP recovery, but he does decide to switch out into Butterfree. So we have a nice little Butterfree, which I'm assuming was the contest Butterfree, seeing that ribbon. Very nice. Paper Wings does decide to go for Roar. Roar over Whirlwind. Very interesting. But we do see that the Hawlucha is now dragged out into battle. Are we going to see something else happen? The Home Claws does come from the Hawlucha. Nice and shiny. Hawluchadore! And he gets to his plus attack, and he gets his accuracy risen as well. The Roost does come off from the Skarmory. So this means that now Skarmory is just a pure Steel type, and High Jump Kick is going to be doing a ton of damage. Is it? No, Paper Wings is still in really well. The Hawlucha is roared out once again, trying to get as much Stealth Rock damage as to each and every one of his Pokemon as possible, because that's what a Skarmory does. It comes in, sets up rocks, and it makes everything hit them. So the Coil does come off again from this Arbok to get his defenses up, his attack up, and as well as his accuracy risen yet again. We could potentially see a gunk shot coming from this Arbok at one point in the game, but the roost does come off from the Skarmory. So Skarmory's HP is now just restored, and the Arbok is gaining a little bit of HP back from the Black Sludge. Both players are playing very well, battling very well, as the Arbok does decide to go for the rest to get his HP back up. We got a little bit of a long match ahead of us, folks, and his HP is now fully restored as he is asleep, and unfortunately his sleep counter has been reset to 3. So now he has a sleeping Arbok on his team, just in the back. As Hawlucha is brought back in again, Paper Wings decides to switch out because he doesn't want to take another high jump kick from that Hawlucha because it was threatening, and he does decide to switch into Nico Robin. Oh, unfortunately, it's not going to hit this ghost type, and Hawlucha is going to be taking a ton of damage from the high jump kick recoil. The Citrus Berry does pop, however, and he is going to be able to land a nice and powerful acrobatics onto this to this Nico Robin, the Frostlass, and Ice Beam is probably going to do enough to knock it out, unfortunately. So we have the Hawlucha now down. Rosardo, I don't remember what the name was. I probably mispronounced it too. And we have Two-Timer coming back out again as the Ambipom, which is actually kind of surprising to see. He must have the knockoff wanting to come through, as he's probably going to send in Skarmory. Yep, Paper Wings comes in yet again to take off any potential knockoff. There it is. And it's not going to be doing nearly as much damage as it was going to do the last time. Double Hit does decide to come through, and the normal gem is powering up this hit, and it's still doing nothing, unfortunately. Oh, that's so sad. Ambipom is such a cool Pokemon too, and I probably will end up doing something with it later on. Not to take that out of context, but he's roared out his Audino back into the battle. And we have the Pointed Stones. Paper Wings does decide to come back out because he doesn't want to have to deal with this Audino. It can't really do anything to it aside but from roared out. As the Crobat does decide to come through, he does see that Audino is probably his biggest threat on this team, being one of the biggest walls, as the Wish does come through from the Audino, as he does decide to switch out. And this Crobat isn't going to be able to do too much, as the Taunt does come off from the Crobat onto the Audino, fell for the Taunt, and not able to use Calm Mind after that, unfortunately so. So it's one attack, 3 moves. So Draining Kiss is its only attacking move. My apologies. Cross Poison is going to be doing a lot to this Audino, landing a critical hit, and the Draining Kiss is coming off from this Audino onto this Crobat, not doing hardly anything. Unfortunately, this Mega Audino is not putting in as much work as he was probably hoping it would, because this Crobat was prepared. The Cross Poison is coming off again. It's killer damage. It's now into the yellow, the low end of yellow. And the Draining Kiss, although it's not doing a little bit, it is giving it a little bit of HP recovery. Unfortunately, it's not exactly what it needs. Audino needed to have Regenerator, but it's not happening today. So we have the Cross Poison coming off from the Crobat yet again, and it's not able to knock out the Audino, but it will be able to take it out this coming turn. The critical hit from the Draining Kiss doesn't do too much, but he does end up getting a little bit more HP, which isn't going to matter too much. It's just weakening this Crobat is ideal at this moment in time, because Boy doesn't know what he's going to be doing, or she going to be doing. Audino is now down, so that's 2 Pokemon, I believe, down on from Boy's side, and Crobat is still hitting strong. The Umbreon is now out. It's nice and shiny as well. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th shiny Pokemon we've seen from this guy or girl. The Taunt does come off from the Umbreon, from the Acrobatics, the Crobat onto the Umbreon, and preventing it from using any sort of setup move. So this is really kind of killer here. The Umbreon needs to go for a foul play very nicely, but unfortunately the Crobat does see that coming and go for the U-turn to switch on out, and probably switch into something that is less physical attack, so the foul play cannot do as much. Tabitha comes in. The Hariyama. Ooh, is that the best move? The Payback is coming. Payback over foul play. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but you know what? You do you, my friend. As the Leftovers does come and recover some more HP. And we get the Payback. How hard? Nothing. It's hardly doing anything. The Tabitha Hariyama is going for the close combat to cleanly knock out this Umbreon. Very well played. Just sticking in with his gut and going for that. If he had foul play, that would have probably done a lot more damage and probably would have 2-hit KO'd. Maybe. I haven't done calcs on it, so this is just me thinking. The Butterfree does come in. Unfortunately, there is no Focus Sash intact, and it does get hit with the pointed stones and go down. Oh, that's so sad, Butterfree. No. Two-timer does come out. What's he gonna do? Does he have Fake Out? Or does he just have Double Hit? Tabitha does decide to come back. What's he gonna go into? Paper Wings! Oh, the ultimate wall for Ambipom. Knockoff does come through, and it's still doing nothing. But Paper Wings is still dealing more and more, getting more and more damage dealt to him. As the U-turn does come off, and I wouldn't be surprised if Paper Wings goes for the Roost just to get all of its HP back, making Ambipom's attempts to bring damage onto it in vain. The Arbok does come in, and it is fast asleep. Oh, the poor thing is napping. And the Roost does come off from the Paper Wings to get the HP back. And now, all of Ambipom's hard work was in vain. But Arbok is getting some HP back too while being asleep. Now Paper Wings does decide to come back, assuming that any sort of Rock Slide, Ice type move, or anything would probably be coming from this Arbok. But the Tabitha is now out, and the Arbok is still fast asleep. Hariyama can't really touch this Pokemon either, to my knowledge, unless he does decide to go for an Earthquake. Do we see it? Do we see it? The Arbok is fast asleep, and the Earthquake is coming off from the Hariyama onto the Arbok to deal a ton of damage. Ooh, poor Arbok. Did not see that coming at all. Now we have two-timer left, and that's the only Pokemon that is left on this team. And unfortunately, I think the best move for Tabitha would be to go for the close combat, while Ambipom tries to get as much damage off with the U-turn, and I believe that is a good game right there. That is game right here with this close combat, knocking out the two-timer. Super effective. Two-timer fainted. Oh, good game, guys. Good battle, boy. Good battle, Chopper. You both did really well. Look forward to seeing all of your matches in the future. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I really hope you enjoyed this battle, because it seems like they put in a lot of good work, especially Chopper, trying to keep his head up and keep his focus on in the game. Also, while you're here, don't forget to check out the description where I have the links to the Facebook page of the official GBA site, which is the Pokemon Battle League. We also have my Facebook, the Professor Sakura Facebook, in the description as well, along with my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Twitch account, which I should be streaming today, maybe? Have I decided at this point in time that I'm recording? I don't know, but maybe you'll have a notification if you go down to the description, click the link, and press that follow button on my Twitch account, and then you'll be notified via email that when I'll be streaming or when I'm going live. Also, don't forget to, leave comments, leave your own battle codes and stuff like that. I just don't want to keep doing I'm not going to keep doing just the GBA. I also have my own battles coming through. I have the Alpha Sapphire playthrough coming through. So we've got all sorts of goodness coming. I promise. It's a nice thing. Pokeology will probably be back in, I don't know time, but it will be back at some point. I'm actually going to be starting to write scripts really soon. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before I keep you guys any longer, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, your evening, and your night. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!